A Seattle student failed a quiz for saying that men can't get pregnant. I guarantee this is happening so many more times across the United States, and we see one out of like every 100. So yeah, 10th graders in an ethnic studies world history class had to take a quiz titled Understanding Gender versus Sex, which was comprised of true, false, and multiple choice questions. Many questions covered topics like personal pronoun use and assumptions someone could make about gender identity. Gender identity is the most made-up phrase I have ever heard in my entire life. So what are the two questions that were marked wrong for this student? All men have and only women can get pregnant, which is also obviously true. But not in today's times, apparently, because this student got these questions marked wrong. This teacher does not know biology and thinks that men can get pregnant. So after this student was marked wrong for these answers and failed the quiz, a very concerned mother, obviously, of the student was faced with answers from the school? No, absolutely not. Was faced with silence when she approached the school with questions and concern. Seattle Public Schools actually defended the quiz, saying it was an appropriate and inclusive quiz for this course. Appropriate in what? For delusion? You know, hearing this story brought me back to a personal memory from senior year of college where I had to do a term paper on why poll statistics that included just men and women are factually and innately incorrect because transgender people were not polled and were not counted. Yeah, I had to write a paper on how statistics are wrong because trans people weren't included. Yup. And this school in particular, this school in Seattle, failed this student because he refused to bandwagon along with this political narrative and this delusion that men can be women and women can be men. And that's being force-fed down these students' throats through lectures that they cannot escape from without fear of failing or not graduating. So they must accept that sex is not real, only gender is real, and being fluid is possible and encouraged. Schools won't admit this is morally wrong. They accept it and encourage it. And for our TikTok of the day, a woman who transitioned into a man says she's more of a man than actual men because she had to work to become a man. Let's just listen to this.
If a transphobe ever says something to me like, you'll always be a woman, you'll never be a man, I love to hit him with my low voice. And I look at them and I go, I'm more of a man than you'll ever be. I had to work for my masculinity. What work did you do?
I missed the memo because I was reliably informed that being masculine or feminine had nothing to do with gender or sex at all. So leftists out there, if you happen to stumble upon this, pick a storyline and stick with it. Your inconsistency is irritating and confusing. You don't even know what you think anymore because you're just making things up.